Craft-Tastic-Live! It's been so long since I've seen you, and I'm just so excited to be back hosting Craft-Tastic-Live. If you've never met me before, I'm Andrea Currie, independent designer, crafter, and host of this show, Craft-Tastic-Live, which was once a weekly show, and now it's once monthly. Can you believe it? It's been forever! It's been so long! And I'm so excited. Oh yeah, you like my crown? Well good, because we're going to be doing it as a warm-up craft tonight. But before we go into any crafting, I just want to say hello. I missed all of you. It's been such an amazing month, but I'm very, very excited to have our show going. Don't forget to grab the URL above, send it out to everybody you know, because we want to get as many people into the Craft-tastic mood as possible, and the live show is so much fun to attend. We have amazing demos tonight. We have a fun demo from me, a fun couple demos from me, but even better, we have the Craftaholic, Diana Gonzalez, woo woo. We have Sassy, Samantha Star, maybe a little, she's a little under the weather, so she might be sicky, Samantha Star. Woo woo. And we have Miss Liza Liza Lou as well. Get a raise a roof for everybody who's going to be demoing tonight. This is why we moved it to a once monthly show, so that we can pack the show with amazing demonstrations. We're going to do a royal romance theme, and every month we have a new theme. The reason why we chose royal romance was because we have Valentine's Day coming up, and why not just put a royal type of spin on it? That's why I have a little crown on. This is all about the interpretation of the Craft-Tastic-Live designers, the people that are going to demo tonight. It's all their interpretation of what it is. So it could be Valentine's Day, it could be all kinds of different things. I'm so excited to see what they have in store. I've shown you guys some sneak peeks of what they have, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Every month, new theme, and I'll announce the theme for next month just towards the end of the show. Just to let you know, at the end of the show, we'll also do some linky love. So don't forget, save your little links. We do want to connect everybody, but save all of your links towards the end of the show, because we want to give our demonstrators primo property on that linky love while they're demoing, and everybody knows that that's the link to go to for them. We love to give them mad props, is what we say, to all of our demoers, because they're just so gracious to come on camera. You know, it's not easy being on camera. They're so gracious to come on camera and teach us something inspiring and new and craftastic, darling. So it's going to be a very fun evening. Don't forget, we also have the Craft-Tastic-Live Crafter Showcase, and that's pictures of crafters' work that, that we actually get to showcase, because we realize not everybody has a webcam, and they do have great projects to show off. Funny enough, a lot of our pictures for the showcase tonight actually are from Liza Liza Lou, but that's okay. We know we need to get people warmed up, right? So welcome to all of the loyal fans of Craft-Tastic-Live, and hopefully we have some new people in the room. Let's test out our little hand here. If you're newer to Craft-Tastic-Live, raise your little green hand. That's in the lower left-hand corner. All right, Leslie Ray, I know you're not new. I know the Craftaholic is a little new. All right. Thanks for demoing that. And again, don't forget to tell all of your friends right now that we're on the show. Although we do record the show and we break it up into segments, as well as keep the entire show and put it on YouTube, it's always so much fun to be on a live show, because you do have a chance to win fun prizes towards the end of the show from, of course, the prize lady from C&T Publishing, Liza Liza Lou. It's a ton of fun. Now that I've gone over all of the things that we're going to do tonight, why don't we actually get to some of it? All right, so you guys saw my little crown. It actually, I don't have a close-up picture of it just yet. It actually is made from things that you have right around you. This is kind of my little craft-tastic thing. I like that people can actually follow along with me in some sort of very easy craft. So if you want to follow along tonight in the warm-up craft, which is just to kind of get our creative senses going, then go grab some printer paper, some scissors, and either a glue stick or a glue runner. And that's all you need, alright? So if you want to follow along, let's rock on over to Craft Cam, and I'll show you all of the neat materials. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Craft Cam! Alright, we're already there. Gosh, Cliff is quick tonight, huh? Thanks, everybody remembers. So Cliffy's a quick one on the craft cam knob tonight. So what I was saying is this is made from newspaper, and that's just because I happen to have some newspaper hanging around. It's also made from some printer paper. You can do all printer paper if you want to. About 8 sheets total is what you're going to need. 8.5 by 11 sheets of whatever type of paper you want. You can use yellow pages, you can use whatever you want. But I just kind of believe that everybody needs a party hat for tonight, okay? So yeah, it looks like little antenna, doesn't it? So, you know, if you want to party with us tonight, maybe you should just get out all of these supplies and start crafting with us so that we all can have some fun crowns to wear together for our Royal Romance Craft-Tastic-Live. I'm just taking my ink pad and I'm going to color in an entire sheet of this 8.5 by 11 printer paper, alright? And maybe some of you have seen this technique before, but it's just kind of my vintaging technique and easy, quick, throw some color on a piece of paper technique. And I'm just going to do a couple pieces of paper. Like I said, you're going to need about 8 for a full crown. If you want an even fuller crown, just continue making your pieces. Alright, so I'm just going to do a couple here because I have already kind of started the process. And I'm just going to take that on. I love stamp smudging. Stamp smudging. So does Liza Liza Lou. And stamp smudging is the best in the world. Look, I even picked up these cool textures from my dirty desk underneath. I have like all these glue things underneath, so it picked up all these kind of constellations, which I think is kind of fun, isn't it? All right, now what I did was I took some newspaper from my recycling bin and I cut it down to 8.5 by 11 sheets, just like so. It's already folded in the middle, which is actually perfect for my needs. If you don't have your newspaper, then just continue with printer paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold our printer paper in half. But you want to fold so that the decorated side is on the inside, okay? The reason for that is because when it fans out, that's what you're going to see. Now what you need to do is you need to build your little, it's like binding a book, or it's kind of like the poor man's binding a book. Is what you're going to do is you're going to take each individual piece and glue them onto each other, okay? So these are going to be glued onto each other. I find that using a glue runner works quite nicely. I just go along the seam or the fold part here, and then along the outsides and down the middle, kind of making like a little fence. Kind of harder for you to see. Sometimes I wish I had that colored tape runner so that you all could see. You can kind of see how I did there. Kind of like a little fence there. I'm going to alternate my papers so I kind of have a neat little patchwork effect. And the only thing that's important about placing your seams is making sure that they are pretty much in line, because they won't fan out perfectly if you don't have them. Of course, we don't concentrate too much on perfection here. So now I have a little book. On the inside of my book, it looks like newspaper. And on the inside of the next page, it's bright pink and crazy. Woohoo! Okay, now I'm going to take another piece of my pink printer paper that I just smudged around, and I'm going to put that seam along this. So you can just tell it's alternating around. It shouldn't take you very long. I just kind of did this step out tonight so that we can make this warm-up craft even shorter and we can get to all of the great demos that my friends have. Okay, so just taking that seam there and lining that up. I said that I had a good step out here, which means I put this all together and I'm just going to glue them all on one nice book, we'll call it. Kind of making a book here. This is one of my favorite things to do. It's a different technique and it's a different look at how you can do hats and all kinds of decorations and things like that. Alright, so now I have this book. Look at that book. Ugh, this book is just nuts and I love it. But what I'm going to do now is make my template for my crown. And my crown can be any size, shape, form, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to make it with some hearts on it, and I'll just show you how easy. Just make half of a crown on a folded piece of paper, and that first prong is going to have a big heart on it. It's going to be kind of a nutty, crazy, you know, not really measured heart, which I love. And then yeah, another one. And this is half a heart so that it'll actually, you know, turn out to be a full heart. And then we cut her out so you have your template. So you can make this any shape or size, whatever you want to do. This is kind of a smaller one. Shape it out, and then you just put your little template onto your piece of paper. And now that you have all of your pieces of paper glued together, you just have to cut them out once, and you don't have to go through, cut each individual one out, and then, you know, and then glue them together. This is why I love that part of the technique. Ooh, it looks like I even have enough room to go through and maybe do some other type of, maybe 2 crowns on this one piece of paper, which is pretty cool. All right, so just trace her on, and I'm doing a sloppy tracing job here, but that's okay. That is okay, because what you trace on here is actually going to be covered up because you're going to sandwich it all together. And now I'm cutting through, even just with my Fiskar scissors, kind of a small detail scissors, they're cutting through this thinner paper really nicely. Now, if you decide that you're going to use something like scrapbook paper or cardstock, which is totally fun to use because you can get all kinds of different patterns and colors on it, then I do recommend a heavier duty scissors. Or maybe you actually, instead of pasting everything together first, you actually do a couple sheets at a time and then paste them together after you've cut them out. That's just my recommendation. After doing this many times, I do recommend those different techniques for different materials. All right. My little tiny crown. This is going to be a crown for my dog Gracie. It's going to be super cute. So now look, I just fan it out. And then I just take these 2 that aren't joined yet, and I put them together. And it's just that easy. You can secure it to any sort of headband if you want to do that. What I did with the one that's on my head right now is I just poked a hole through it once it was fanned out, stuck some string through it, and then tied it on my head, right? That's how easy it is. It's the easiest thing in the world. Okay, let's go back to head cam, check it out. Actually, I kind of like this little one maybe a little bit better. So it's a really easy, and it kind of is like a shabby chic sort of, sorry, it's a shabby chic sort of looking, oh, I kind of want 2 now. I'm gonna have 2 on my head. So it's actually a very easy technique to do. This is such a cute, see how different you can make them? See how different these are? Very different. So have fun with them. That's a warm-up craft. That's what we call warm-up crafts around here. Hopefully that got your juices going. You're completely ready to get nuts and have a good time tonight, because that's what we're all about here. Sparkly stage of inspiration, total creativity, and lots of laughter. Come on, people. Get that through your heads. Let's have some fun. If you're just coming into the room, hi. Great to see ya. Hope you enjoyed the last part of my warm-up craft. And don't forget to tell the rest of your friends that we have started. We have started. Normally, when we were going every week, we started an hour later. Now it's an hour earlier. Holy cow, it's amazing. All right. So, enough with me. Who cares? Who cares about me? Let's talk more about Samantha Star, because she's going to be our first guest crafter tonight. Ooh, I'm so excited. She may be feeling a little under the weather, so we need to give her a lot of positive energy, virtual chicken soup that we're sending Miss Samantha Star, because she's pretty amazing. And I love her interpretation of the Royal Romance theme. She kind of took a punchy little approach to it, and she has a great card that she's going to show us how to do tonight, and you're going to think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, and I can't wait, because Samantha Star is just a rock star in my book. And here she is, Miss Samantha Star, right now.
Did you see my surprise? Here I am. Good evening, everyone. Hello. I hope everyone's having a fantabulous Tuesday. I stayed home from work sick today, so pretend. Do not tell my boss that I am here. No, I'm joking. She's all over Facebook. She knows what I'm doing right now. So I'm here today to share a card with you, because when Andrea put out her call, she mentioned the theme Bad Romance, and I had a card in my mind that I had made, and And I don't know if Andrea can put up a slide, if she has a slide of that card. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and position my camera while that's blocking your view of me trying to get a good angle here. Whoa. There we go. Okay, so that's a card that we're working on today. And it says, forget finding the right man, get a cat. I have a few of these great stamps. I have another one here. It says, bite me. I thought maybe I'd use that one tonight. So first what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this cute little stamp, this cute little kitty cat stamp. I'm going to be taking some dye-based ink here, some fade-resistant dye-based ink, and I'm going to be stamping up our little kitty, and I'm going to be stamping him or her on a nice smooth cardstock here, like that. I'm going to let that ink dry a little bit, and I'm going to do a technique that I think I've shared with some of you before using Copic markers. What I have here is just a plastic packaging pop dots, as you can see, and why I'm using this is because the product inside is white. So I'm going to be using this as my palette. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking some of my Copic markers. I've got 2 different brown Copic markers. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe the marker onto the package. I don't know if you can see the brown ink there. So I'm wiping these 2 brown inks. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a blender marker, which is sort of a Copic marker that has no ink in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some of this brown and I'm going to start coloring in my sassy cat. It's not me that's sassy. It's clearly the cat that is sassy. So because we stamped with Memento ink, we know that it's not going to smudge the Sassy Sam cat. That is correct. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the clear blender marker to pick up the ink, and I'm coloring in the kitty. And what this is doing is that it's sort of giving a watercolor effect, because obviously when we first start, the ink is going to be a lot darker, and it's going to get paler as I move around. So I'm just coloring in. Perhaps we will name this cat Sassafras. I just saw that name go through. We will call this sassy cat Sassafras, the bad romance cat. Okay, so there's my kitty. I made his, maybe I'll make his paws a little darker. Just to give them a little definition, I'll make the tip of his tail a little darker. Now, even though you've used your blender marker, this is a clear ink, so you're going to want to wipe that ink off on a piece of scrap paper just so that you don't stain the tip of your marker. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a little pink marker and I'm going to give Sassafras a pink nose, and on Sassafras's envelope I'm going to put a little pink heart. I'm going to take my gigantic tape gun now. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back. And I'm going to glue this down onto a piece of cardstock here. So what I went ahead and did before you guys shut up today was I created my card base by cutting out a piece of blue cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5 and folding it in half, and then adding a panel of stripy paper to it. And then what I did was on the original card, which is here, I had these cute die cuts that were ready-made that were these little like thought bubbles, and I don't know if they're old or if I use them all, but I cannot find them. So I just took a piece of cardstock and on the back I traced out a thought bubble until I was happy what it looked like. And then I cut out the bubble And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of our little sentiments. Maybe I'll take the Bite Me sentiment. Now I'm using an unmounted stamp, so I'm just putting a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of it. And then I'm going to put that on my acrylic block. I'm going to ink it up in my black ink. And I'm going to stamp it on my thought bubble. This is Bite Me, which I guess is an equally nice Valentine's Day sentiment. Next, I'm just going to take a black marker and I'm going to add just a little bit of hand stitching around the edge. Just some little dots. So it says Bite Me. There you go. So really now comes the easy part of this card, which is just assembling it all together. So again, using my double-sided tape, I'm going to glue down the kitty, our sassy sassafras cat. I see someone bragging for me in the chat room about how our wedding was featured on weddingchannel.com, which is very cool. Alright, so that's the basic, that's the gist of the card. And then what I would do is I would probably grab, I don't know where all my glue dots have gone. I seem to have a glue dot shortage, but I would probably grab my liquid glue here and put some buttons down the side of my card. And then I think in honor of Andrea, I'd probably add glitter to my buttons like that. And that's how simple it is to create a really sassy card. The sassy stamps are actually from River, let me see if I get this right, River City Rubber Works, I believe. They have tons of sassy stamps. And the cat is from a great set from Pink Cat Studio. So if there's no questions, I'm going to hand it back to Andrea. And thank you guys so much for coming out tonight to the first ever once monthly Craft-Tastic-Live.
That's a great demo. I love it. And the reason why I wasn't jumping in the queue so quick is I was trying to get my little new crown on my head. Hi everybody that's coming into the room right now. That is a hilarious card and a great craft demo, and thank you for putting buttons and glitter on it. My two favorite things in the world. You are amazing. You are amazing. So it's definitely definitely great that you're feeling better, Miss Sam, because I was getting a little worried about you. I didn't want to have to force you. You must craft. You will craft, no matter how you're feeling. I didn't want to do that to you. I'm not that kind of girl. but I'm glad that you're feeling better. You're looking great, girl. Even if you're feeling sick, you're looking great. So thank you very much for doing that. And update your Facebook statuses because we have yet another amazing Craft-Tastic-Live designer coming on right now. It is Miss Diana Gonzalez. And she is the Craftaholic, Diana Gonzalez. She is so cool. You guys, if you've never met Diana before, you're in for a treat. She's very artistic, very crafty, and she also does one of my favorite things, which is upcycle, and that's one of her projects tonight, is an upcycling kind of project. Diana, if you want to hop into the queue, then we'll shoot it on over to you. I just want to... Oh, she's setting up her camera. All right, she's good to go. And I just want to say that it's been a long time coming for Diana to be on the show. We've talked many, many months ago about doing a demo, and I'm just very happy that now is the time that we're actually getting Diana in and crafting. So have a fun time, Diana. I know that you know, you just got your new cam, so we can't wait to see it, and we can't wait to see your face.
Hi, I'm over here. Sorry. Yeah, I just got my camera a couple days ago, so bear with me. Today, I made this pin out of an Altoid tin, and I made this for my friend. She goes by the name Becca Bluebird. And it's really cool. It opens up, and inside there's a little domino that I altered. And it's really interesting because it's got a little blue bird on it, and all I see is a funny picture on the screen. Anyway, sorry, but I digress. And it's a pin, and it's made using this little Altoid tin. I don't eat the little mini Altoids because I find them to be too strong, unless you smoke or drink or something. Then it could be, but I don't do either one. So anyway, to make this is very simple. All you're going to do is you're going to get some paper. I used some paper. I'm sorry, I don't know who made it. I can't remember because it's from my stash from years ago. So you're going to get some pretty paper, and you're just going to trace it on the wrong side. You're going to just kind of trace the shape, and you're going to make four of those, and you'll have 4 of these. So this is the front, because this one's a little bit bigger, and then this one's the back. I put the back, you can put it with the plain side, or you can put it with the, it doesn't really matter because you're not going to see it. I just do it so you don't see the barcode and all that. So using your glue stick, really quickly, you're just going to apply a little glue here. And don't worry about the writing. You're really not, for this project anyway, you're really not going to see, because it's a little bit raised. The Altoid tins come a little bit raised on the outside, but that doesn't matter. You're not going to see it. And you're just going to put a little more glue here on the back. And what I did to embellish this particular tin, this one that I made for my friend, I made it with an earring that I had that I never used. I save everything. I save everything. So I made this one for my friend. I'll show you up close. And I just took off the little piece that made it an earring and put it on the top there. So you can, my suggestion is look around at home and see what you have as far as maybe mismatched earrings or a pendant or something like that that you may have that you don't want to throw away. Those kinds of things are great for that. For this project, though, I used actually this is a pendant that I made out of paper clay. I recommend going with a Pearl brand paper clay because you can also, it's self-hardening clay, but you can also bake it to make it harden a little faster. And what I did was I just cut this with a cookie cutter, and then I went through my embossing folder, if you could believe it. This one was one by Stampin' Up. They have a rose embossing folder, so that's what I did. It's really easy. And then I painted it with watercolor paints, and that was that. And a little bit of the Mod Podge, it's glaze. It's some kind of glaze. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it because I'm frankly a little nervous. So you're going to glue it on with some E6000 glue. It's my best friend. I go to Midtown Manhattan. It's like an hour from me. But I go there, and it's $7 for this. It's pretty good, right? So you're going to glue it on the top, not the back. That would be silly. You're just going to glue that. Again, use what you have. You don't have to go out and shop. Find something interesting that you have at home that may make an interesting statement for you. And then I just went and I had some red ribbon, and I kind of put it around the edge because, again, I had made this originally as a pendant. So that's that. And then you're going to, you don't have to wait for it to dry, really, because this stuff, the E6000 glue kind of dries. Oh, had a little accident there. Kind of dries a little quickly. So then you're going to take the inside. Again, the same 2 pieces as you made 4, so 2 for the back and 2 for the inside. So you're going to go in and glue in the paper here, and let's see. And then we're ready to embellish the inside. Now that you've got the inside glued there, there's a couple things you can do. One thing that I have
I'm looking for my spare domino because I had an extra domino. But anyway, this is just a plain domino piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue on the flat side. Here it is. So you're going to glue on this side. You're going to glue it onto the paper. This paper I remember is from K & Company, I'm pretty sure. But it's double-sided, so this is the side that I want to display. So I'm going to glue it on there, cut it out, and then I've got it looking like this. And I went over the edges with some copper foil. You can, again, just even if you want to use glitter or something like that, you can totally do that. I have these little heart-shaped cutouts. You can't see them very well probably, but I'll try to go up close. They're just little, like, tiny little hearts. And I'm going to glue them just kind of randomly on the domino piece here. I don't know why I'm nervous, but, you know, that's life, right? Probably because my daughter's taking a bath, and, you know, it's a little shaky. If she comes out here, she'll scream and shout, and then you won't be able to hear a thing. You know, but that's life. That's having a kid makes life more interesting. So, you're going to take your, I glued a little bit of this, it's like fake moss, I think. I got this at the dollar store years ago, and it stayed in my stash until like last year that I found it buried in between other things. So that's what I use to kind of go in the background a little bit. You don't have to use too much because it's kind of hard to glue on, I find, unless you have something else. But I like kind of instant gratification because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I don't always have a lot of time to dedicate to one project at a time. So, you know, because kids require attention, you know. So you're just going to glue it on there to make it like a little nest, you know, for your domino, and then you're going to glue the domino inside there. And that's what I'm going to do right now. And that's it. And then we have this other side here, and if you want to, you can put an embellishment on there. And I have these little Cabicon flowers, I think that's how you pronounce it, right? These little tiny, like little flowers that you can buy. I buy them on Etsy, and they're used in jewelry making. But of course I use them for everything else. And then I have a couple more little hearts. So, oh, I'm using the wrong glue. Look at that. And then just a couple. You see, I'm using the wrong glue again. What's wrong with me? I need a cup of coffee or something. All right. So this is kind of what it looks like. Can you see? So that's what it looks like inside, and that's what it looks like on the outside. And then, what else do I have to, oh, all right. So, you know, when my daughter was little, I saved all these little baby food jars, and that's where I keep my, my pin backs. So you're going to attach the pin back with, of course, E6000 glue. My best friend in the world. And that's it. And then if you wanted to make it, you know, your own piece, you know, you can, you know, to make it more, I don't know, you can add your name and the title of the piece if you want, and you can totally turn this into a work of art. If you wanted to, you can even go over the domino with alcohol inks and rubber stamps and really like go to town with this. You can even use, instead of this, you could use fantasy fiber on the inside. You can totally, you know, make this your own and just do what you want. And this is a really interesting love themed project. So, and that's all I have to say. I hope you like it. Thank you. What do I do now? Because I don't.
I'll just do it for you, Diana. That is a great project. I love Altoid can projects, and when you sent me the photos for that, it was absolutely perfect, especially for this theme. You can do a lot of fun royal romance types of themes. So thank you very much for doing that, and you did great. I know that you were nervous a little bit there, and your camera person, whoever that may be, is doing a great job as well. So I'm very excited that you, and you look wonderful. It's like, you know, you see people's Facebook photos and all that stuff, and I'm sure they look wonderful, but when you see them on video and everything is completely different. So it's great to see you, and your daughter didn't come in screaming, so that's great. That's even better. Welcome to everybody who's just filtering in. We've already gone through 3 demos, but we have 2 more demos, a Craft-Tastic-Live Crafter Showcase, a giveaway, and some other fun antics going on. So I'm very excited that you're all here and that you're sitting tight, because we have Miss Liza Liza Lou coming up, and we all know what that means. Lots of fun. Last time you saw both of us together, we were screaming a lot, and it was a total blast. So let's, everybody, breathe in, breathe out. Miss Liza Liza Lou, it's on to you.
Come on, turn down the volume. So I have some special glasses. I can actually see through them. They're my Craft-Tastic-Live glasses. I thought they were sort of crowny and sort of superhero-ish, and they're red and they have bling. So, yay! Because my crafty sister always puts a little something on her head or on her face, so I have to do the same. So, hi everybody! I'm just always so slap happy to see ya. Real diamonds. No, actually they're cubics. So I am doing a love song journal, and what I think is really fun is rock ballads have some of the most awesome lyrics, and whenever you're wanting to send a little special something to your loved one, and you know, the regular poetry, you know, Emily Dickinson, it's just a little sappy, right? You know, a little sap fest going on with a lot of lovey poetry. And some of the Hallmark cards, you know, it's like dee-dee-dee-dee-da, dee-dee-dee-dee-da. It's like, who writes this crap? So go to your iTunes or to your, you know, CD storage area in your home and look at the lyrics for some of your favorite rock ballads. Look them up on Google, because they are awesome. I mean, here's the one that I love the most, Aerosmith, from I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. And I could spend my life in the sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever, where a moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. I mean, even when you read it, like, what's his name from Priceline, you know, reading songs, it's awesome lyrics. So I am putting together I'm going to show you some different techniques for putting together a book, something like this. I'm not doing this exact project, but the idea is to take this little heart-shaped board book, because you know how much I love me some board books, and decorate the front, and then go inside and put some of your most favorite lyrics from various love songs, specifically rock ballads. So I was doing alphabetically. I had Aerosmith, and then I was doing Beatles, and then for C I was doing Chicago, and then I was going to maybe try, I don't know, Def Leppard, Eagles, Peter Frampton. So I was going along the alphabet. So here, let's rock on down. Oh my God, Andrea, it's like living with a roommate with an accent. I'm like using all your lingo now. Get out of my head. Anyway, I was going to show you some blending first of all to get just the most beautiful, romantic, and royal pink. And the way that I do that, because I'm going to paint a nice blank piece of this. I cut my pages just for the purposes of the demonstration. So I'm starting with my favorite thing, iridescent medium. You guys, it's like a broken record, I know, but it's just so flippin' awesome. So I'm putting a lot of iridescent medium. I am putting the tiniest drip of red, and I mean like the tiniest little dot, and that's probably even a little too much, but I'm going to use it anyway. And then I'm using a metallic gold and putting just the tiniest dot of metallic gold, but a little bit more, and then I'm blending. And this is going to give you the most lovely shade of golden, iridescent, rosy, dark pink color, and I just love the way it turns out. It's almost melony. Melanie, is Melanie in the room? It's almost melon-like, and it's just a perfect color. So then, what I love, if you guys don't have one of these little fingertip tools, it is the awesomest thing. It's a dauber, but it's a wide dauber instead of a fingertip dauber. You can put all your fingers in there, and it keeps it really from getting messy. So I'm just dabbing, baby, because dabbing is the way to go. Now, there's a couple different things you can do. You can dab, or you can swirl. And I kind of like the swirling action, and you kind of have to work a little on the quick side. But the reason I like the swirling is that you can kind of create some textures, and that's the benefit of having the iridescent medium in there, is that it retains the brush strokes so that you can actually create sort of a petally kind of texture by just kind of twisting your little dauber around. And you can get these little kind of circular, petally, you know, just random textures that as a background, it is a giant bingo dauber. No, these daubers, no, I got this just at my local craft store. You know, where the rubber stamps are and the aisles. No big daubers at C&T, no. So anyway, so I just, you know, it's just that easy to create a really pretty kind of soft, fluffy, pretty romantic background. So putting that aside for a second, this is the other one that I did earlier that is dry, and this one I did by mostly just kind of randomly dabbing. So you can kind of see some of the lines of the dauber a little bit, which I didn't mind too much. And it's hard to see here, but it's really sparkly. Can you see the sparkle now that I got it on the light? So it's just the most beautiful shade of pink. I just am in love with it. So what I wanted to show you here is the idea of doing some stamping. And hold on, my heat gun is just out of my reach. There we go. So a little stamping with a little embossing powder, because you gotta love the embossing powder. And I highly recommend, if you like stamping, you need to have a nice selection of these kinds of stamps with really random patterns on them, because they make the most funnest backgrounds. This is Hero Arts. Yes, Hero Arts is the name of this stamp. And it's just so much fun because you can just stamp randomly and you won't mess anything up. You don't have to, you can create a whole background with stamps like this that have this sort of really random pattern on it. So I am using my Watermark Resist pad, which is a really nice multi-purpose stamp pad. It's great for clear stamping, faux watermarks, and heat embossing. And so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at the chat room, people, so don't ask me any questions. Here we go. No longer looking at the chat room for a couple minutes. All right, so getting this nice and gushy with my clear stamp, and I'm going to give it a nice stamp, and of course you can't see anything until you start. Hold on, I got to get my tray. Until you start. I'm just so incredibly organized, aren't I? So while it's still wet, you want to sprinkle your embossing powder on there over a tray, tap it off, and you get this really great thing. Now before you go to do the melting that's going to deliver the lovely texture, I'm going to do it again. And if I was working really fast and concentrating, I would stamp everything first and sprinkle everything last. So I'm stamping next to where I just stamped so that I don't accidentally rub off any of the powder that I just put on there. So now I'm putting the more powder, tapping it off, and then I'm just going to do the one end of my stamp and just get that corner going. Little bit more powder. Tap it off. Gorgeous. Look how cute that is. And this powder that I'm using, I love it. It's white. It's by Sukaneko embossing powder. It's really good stuff. So then I think you all know the drill, but I'm going to do it anyway because I love to melt things. And I think everybody knows how to do this, but it just gives it such a cool glossy texture. I'm just going to do a little bit because it really does brighten up the white. Heat it up, baby. A little bit stinky. So anyway, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but it really does get this nice glossy white texture. And what a great background, So then what I would do is I would take a piece of vellum paper, print it out on my computer, and this is the words to that Aerosmith song I was just telling you about, and have the parchment, or not parchment, have it be the vellum paper so that you can still see a little of the background, and then just position it wherever you want to, and maybe work with a slightly smaller font so that you don't cover as much of your background, but just kind of let it float right there on the page. And you can do that for each page and just create these really fun backgrounds. And another thing that's really fun, I'm not going to demo this on camera because I need to be over a sink, but I used a pretty font, and then I just used a regular match, and I just lit it and burned it. Remember doing this in Girl Scout camp? Didn't we burn paper like this? And what's really cool about the vellum, I don't know if you can see it, but it burns the brown, and then just inside the brown is a bright white that the heat creates. So you get this sort of double layer. You don't really see it. Oh, I love Dana Carvey's chopping broccoli. I'm chopping broccoli. Candace, that's hilarious. So anyway, so that's one idea. And then I also wanted to show you, you can also do really fun stenciling. And your dauber is really great for stenciling with a darker color on top. And that's the great thing about blending paints, is you start kind of light, and then in order to create this contrasting color, I would just add a little red to it. Jen, what was the stamp pad? Oh, this one, it's by Ink Essentials. It's by Ranger, Watermark Resist. And it comes with a re-inker, or you can get re-inkers so that it'll last for forever and ever and always. So that's a fun background, again, that you can make, and then put your little lyrics right on there that you print out from your computer. You can also just create a little template for yourself with pretty paper. And you can, I love taking the vellum paper. I love, love, love using translucent paper and use alcohol inks to create some fun little marble texture to create little accents. And of course, lastly, Andrea's in the room, so I got to go. The other thing that I think is an adorable, adorable way to use paper in this heart shape is to cut these teardrops out with contrasting paper and lay them like that and do like a little half heart, half and half. Isn't that cute? So as you go along, you just get this great little book, and oh, the smudge technique too. Hold on, Andrea, look, I did the smudge technique like you did with a really fun rose-colored stamp pad. I used this square one, and you get the geometric and the smudge at the same time. It's awesome. Okay, so Andrea's in the room. I'm coming out. Bye. I'll be back for prize time. I'll be back for prize time.
Every rose has its craft. Yeah, just like every girl has her glitter.
Okay, stop.
All right.
I'm out of here.
That was for you, Lisa. We were
80s ballad.
We were going 80s rock star ballad for you because your craft was definitely inspiring. I loved it. I loved it so much. I especially like that stenciling. I loved that. That looked like animal print to me, like bright pink animal print. It was amazing. I really enjoyed that. So thank you very much, Miss Liza Liza Lou, and thank you for making those amazing glasses. I dare you to wear those to CHA. Dare ya? Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna rock through a quick demo that I'm gonna show you guys. It's going to be very easy to do because it comes with a template. Yay, a template! And let me just show you what we're making tonight. These purses that are boxes, you can find them off of the blog post that I just posted, AndreaCurrie.com, AndreaCurrieCrafts.com too. AndreaCurrieCrafts.com is where it's at. And if you go to templates, you can also find this pattern there. Let's rock on over to Craft Cam. I'll show you how to actually make this cute little purse from this template that I created for you, okay? So this is what it comes with. The template that you can go download at www.AndreaCurrieCrafts.com looks like this. It also has a couple other hearts on it in case you need some hearts. And what you can do is you just cut it on out. This serves as the top part of the the purse the front part of the purse and then the back part of the purse. You can do this in many different ways, but what's really cool is you have lots of options. I used either cardstock or scrapbook paper. Tonight I'm using scrapbook paper, and just one piece of scrapbook paper you would need, and I just cut it all out because it's going to be all one nice pattern. From Die Cuts with a View, the Eco Stack is this pattern. Don't you love it? Isn't it lovely? I cut this out, and I'll show you two different techniques. So what I did was I cut out my template that I downloaded from www.andreacurriecrafts.com, and then I cut it out. I put it on a piece of scrapbook paper just to get the top part or the back part of the template. I traced it out onto my scrapbook paper, flipped it over, and then traced it out without this top flat part. I actually folded it back like that. Maybe you can see it a little bit better like this. So I folded it back like that, and then I have my top flat, my bottom here. Very easy to do. Now, if you aren't into scoring things the professional way, I will show you a quick technique on how to score things my way, which is just taking a pencil and going over your template where the scoring lines are. Pretty easy to figure out. And it's not, it's not a huge exact science like professional scoring where you get, your ruler out and you go scoring, but I find that this actually works quite well with my template. I did that with all of my lines. You can see I have all of my little scoring lines here on my little fold lines here. And then get your little hot glue gun warmed up on the warm setting. I guess it's kind of a little ironic there. Hot glue, warm glue, and then you're just going to fold everything in towards each other here, including the flap. This is so cute because, not everybody wants to give out Valentine heart-shaped things. They want to actually give out, something sweet, but it doesn't have to be, love-themed. And then you can make these cute little things for your girlfriends, and it's a really easy project. So you can see how it kind of is going to fold up. Now the front part, which is this part minus the flap, you're going to want to make the outside piece. So, oh, I didn't fold in my bottom piece here, so let's fold that in there. You're just going to want to make it so that the flaps on the front part are hugging the flaps on the back part, like so. And then you're just going to give it some strips of glue. You can use any kind of glue you want, but I can't have a Craft-Tastic-Live episode without using some warm glue. That is the way I roll. So all you have to do is just glue those sides in, and if you want, you can glue the bottom first, but I find that I don't really need to. And just get that glue in there, nice little circle of glue. I love this project. So look at how easy that was. So easy to do. And then it's just like a little clutch if you want it like that, but I like to put a handle on it, and I made this project the perfect size, so all you need per little clutch is one piece of scrapbook paper, and I took about 1 inch off of the scrapbook paper. It's 1 inch by 12 long, so that I can have a really nice little handle here like so, and I'm just going to hot glue that there. Now an alternative is that you put some brads in place, and the brads will make it kind of really cute and realistic. And then of course you can decorate this to your heart's content. You can put hearts all over it. In fact, my template comes with 3 different shapes of hearts so that you can make it more Valentine's Day themed. Another alternative with this box is, instead of having this flap on the outside, you actually can just poke it onto the inside and it'll be just like so. Or if you want it on the outside and you want it to look like it has a little clasp, what I did was I took one of my hearts and I just gave the sides of my hearts a little bit of warm glue and a little bit on the bottom as well. And I placed it onto the front there with the little flap down so that it's held down in place once, once it's folded up, and then it's held down in place and it's just perfect. And I like to also put like a little heart in the middle of that as well. It's a very easy little project to do. So let me just show you just this little guy right here. He's held in place by that. So lots of different, let's go to head cam. We'll show them what it looks like on head cam, Cliff. How about that? All right, so look, little clutches. Da, 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 da. You can go to AndreaCurrieCrafts.com/templates to find the template for this. Perfect for your girlfriends, perfect for bridal showers, baby showers, like anything that you want to do just like so. It is so easy to do, I'm telling you. It's like the easiest thing. Thank you very much, Cliff Craft-Tastic-Live, for posting the link for that. Now, I wanted to get through that because I actually have been very, very excited to showcase a new segment on the monthly Craft-Tastic-Live shows, which is the Craft-Tastic-Live Crafter Showcase. I was saying earlier on in the show that the Craft-Tastic-Live Crafter Showcase is all about the community of crafters that may not have a demo cam and may not be ready to step into craft cam hamland, that they can send in photos of each month's theme. Maybe they're doing some crafts along the same theme, and then we showcase them, and it's just a great way to get your stuff out there, to show the audience how craftastic you are, and we also have a lot of fun with it as well. So we're going to show you our very first Craft-Tastic-Live Crafter Showcase. Mind you, it does have a lot of Liza Liza Lou in there because she's very supportive of our first efforts. We hope that this helps spark some inspiration for you guys to submit some projects for next month, all right? Let's go to Craft-Tastic-Live Crafter Showcase.
Hello and welcome to the Craft-Tastic-Live Crafters Showcase! I am Sparkles Sunshine, and I'm here with Mr. Peter the Painter, who will introduce our very first Craft-Tastic-Live Crafters Showcase! Pete? Just read the script. Pete? Pete?
Every month we will highlight a set of works by the community crafters on AndreaCurrieCrafts.com. This month's crafts and art pieces are tastefully selected for their genre of royal romance. Sunshine?
Thank you, Peter. Now, on to the Craft-Tastic-Live Crafters Showcase!
Enjoyed that, and thank you again, Miss Lisa, for putting in the effort to submit some photos so that we had something to showcase and have a really good time. I hope that gave everybody some inspiration to submit your photos for next month. This is not about, you know, us crafting for you. It's about you guys getting some good old, you know, time in front of us to actually showcase your work. Definitely want you to be submitting for next month, and we can have even more fun with some sock puppets maybe. What do you guys think of that? So we had a blast tonight, and I want to make sure that Lisa gets in her prize time and also tells me how much she hated our sock puppets. So here she is.
I hated them just a little bit. They were really cute. They were silly. They were very you. Somebody's comment, who was it, that said, gee, should I go get the kids? It's like the channel just changed to Disney. It was great. Good job, Andrea. And I'm really sorry that it turned into like just all my stuff. I was meaning for you to pick one or two from the batch that you thought were best for the theme. Anyway, so everybody put your stuff in so we can see your work. Y'all see enough of me and crazy. So, hey, prize time. Yay! I'm giving away the heart-shaped board book. I'm giving away a little of the red paint and a bottle of the gold paint so that you can have a royal romantic painting time. So that's what the prize is. A little of the red, a little of the gold, a little hearts. And did anybody, am I drawing a number, or Cliffy / Andrea, are you drawing a number? I am. Okay, I know you are, but what am I? I'm getting red paint on my mouse. Ah! All right, hold on. Let me do a count. Hold on. I had random.org open just in case. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48 people. Okay, drum roll, please. Putting in 1, 2, 48. Enter. I'm not going to say it because you guys are all like making me all crazy. 14 people. It was 14. So we have 5, 10, 15. 14 is Kelly Donovan. I know, Connie. I'm so sorry. Keep trying. Kelly, 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 Kelly. Are you in there? Kelly, can you hear me? So Kelly, you know what to do. Email me at lisa@lizalizalou.com for your prize. It's going to be awesome. And I'm sorry, Andrea, but somebody had asked to see the papers up close. Is that what you're talking about? I'll do it afterwards, you guys, okay? Bye.
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but we were getting some technical difficulties on that side. Congratulations, Kelly. Hopefully you all can see me. Now, all right, so thank you, Miss Liza Liza Lou, for the prize time. Thank you to all of our craft demonstrators tonight. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a mysterious cork slide at the end of the Craft-Tastic-Live showcase. I'm trying to figure out who my cork stalker is. It's a person who keeps submitting cork projects that are awesome.